Okay, I believe I'm live. I've actually switched over to Chrome. So let me know out there in Wonderland if you guys can hear me. I just want to, okay, I'm going to open the chat so I have access to that. And we are going to go all up into CapCut today. Let's see what else. Looks like I'm a little blurry, but let me know if I'm coming in loud and clear. Let me know how everything is. And we're going to be going over CapCut. What I ended up doing is I ended up recording like a short little video of my dogs, and I'll just edit it right in front of you guys and show you a few tips and tricks. And we can just have a little fun, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to make it bigger, obviously, but I just wanted to show you how this is done, because here is the movie that I took. And then here I'm going to create a new project. And this is CapCut for desktop. Okay. And what I do is I just drag and drop, or you can click the import button. So here we go. So we've got our movie, and then down here, we want to drag it to so that we can edit it. You can either click on the plus sign or you can drag it. So that's how you do that. Down here, you have the ticker, I guess, of the seconds. And so on the actual clip, you can select the clip, and you can either over here expand the amount of like seconds. What am I trying to say? You can get a lot more in depth, I guess, with your editing. You can get a bird's eye, you can get a wide angle view, or up close and personal. I like to get pretty up close and personal because I can make very accurate cuts. So you can go all the way in between, like split seconds of frames. We don't need to do that just yet. I'm going to cut it down to like, yeah, just a couple seconds in between each frame. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make some major cuts first. I'm going to teach you, what I'm going to teach you today, by the way, is I'm going to teach you cuts, different types of transitions, some text overlays, some captions, how to make them like different or animated. Maybe I can even show you guys how to like censor, you know, how people do the bleeps and stuff like that. I could show you guys how to do that if you want. And feel free to comment anywhere. Let me know what you would want to see. If there's an effect or something that you would want me to show you, I certainly could do that. This is just sparkling water, by the way. Not that I'm afraid to drink during this, but okay. And then so I could show you guys the bleep, because I can show you how to add sound effects. And then I can show you how to mess around with the speed of clips. So yeah, I was going to kind of walk through some of those items with you. All right. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear the audio, even though it doesn't really matter on here because I'm just talking in my like mom voice to my dogs. So I've got two dogs. Their names are Trigger and Zero. And here's Trigger, my old man. And you know how you're not supposed to have favorites? Well, he's my favorite. And Zero knows it. So here's my old man. And I'm just kind of talking to him. I'm trying to figure out what to do the video about. That's as loud as it's going to get. I'm just asking him what he's doing. I'm asking him what to do. Matter of fact, what we can do right now is we can add the captions right now, just so you can see what I'm saying. Look at how cute he is. We can add the captions right now, just so we can see, you know, what I'm saying, and we can edit based on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to text, and we're going to go to auto captions, and then we're going to go to generate, and we're going to let it do its thing. Well, I take another sippy sip. Okay. So what it starts with is this super boring looking caption, right? How do people get those awesome, like, creative captions? And then you can see down here, it places these captions as well, down on the clip. So down here is where you change the style of the caption, and then same here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go over to templates, and I'm going to mess with them. I'm going to see what do we actually want to mess around with, what looks good, what do we want to do. I like this one. It's fun. So we can play that and see. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to choose that caption. So not only can we change the template of the caption, but we can actually change the placement of the caption. We could have it up here and see how that works. We could have it, way down below. We can make it a little bit smaller so it's not so intrusive. So that is where you can kind of mess around with the caption, okay? You can also, and this actually, maybe I'm a perfectionist, but I like to actually edit the actual captions. So maybe when I see people with so many misspellings or so many wrong words in their captions, I just don't get it, okay? But I tend to edit my captions. And I will run through every single caption and just kind of usually make sure that it's right, make sure that the words are right. And I will make sure that, like, my name's spelled right, or let's say I'm talking about Epic Realty, I'm going to make sure that's spelled right, just things like that. So if you did want to edit your actual text in your caption, you're going to click on this one, and you're going to make sure that your words are matching up with what they need to say. Okay. All right. So we've got that. We've got our captions, and I can show you what we can do if we need to change the captions later, if we need to adjust them, if we're cutting clips and pasting them back together or doing anything like that, we certainly can readjust the captions, and I'll show you how to do that later if necessary. Okay. So since you guys can't really probably hear the video, we've got our captions here, and this part of the video we really don't need because it's stupid. Okay, so now I'm getting to figure out the part of the video. I'm like, okay, now I know what we can do. We can have Trigger open the fridge. I shouldn't say that because he's gonna freak out. He's in the room. So this first part of the video is pretty much crap. And there's two things that we can do. One, I put my cursor here, basically. That's the exact part of the video where we're at, okay? And I can split it here, and then I can just take that part and completely delete it. Or, by the way, this is the undo button, and I could undo that again. I could actually take this and drag it all the way over, and then it's like that part never existed as well. So you can do it two different ways. All right. Now my cursor's still here, so that's why we missed part of the video. But if we go back to the very beginning, now I'm saying, oh, I know what we can do. Do you want to open the fridge? Now I was going to yell at 0, but he totally heard me say that. So he's already running up. Okay. So he's running up, and now I'm saying some okay, all right stuff. All right. So and then I said, do it for CapCut, because I'm like, what video am I going to edit, right? So if we go over here, what we're doing is open the fridge. Now, maybe we don't need all this dumb stuff, or maybe I don't want people seeing that messy part of my house. So let's do another cut. I'm going to split it here. And then I'm going to split it here. I'm going to delete this clip and then I'm going to show you guys transitions. Okay. So I've got my cursor right there where I want to do the transition. I spoiled it for you. You can see trigger opening the fridge. But over here where the transition is, I've got, or where I want the transition to go. What we're going to do is we're going to click up here above. Now, some of these features that I'm showing you are pro features. So, you know, if you're going to start using CapCut, it might behoove you to start, you know, springing for the pro, you know, membership. So you can see what features up here are pro versus not pro. So this is where I start seeing what transitions I want to play with. Okay. And it'll like preview the transition. Okay. Matter of fact, I don't even want that part in the transition. Let's see. Okay. There we go. How about this one? There we go. All right, let's do that one. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that transition and then let's see if it like blocks out enough stuff in order for me to like the transition, because we can make that transition longer or shorter. So let's just like see what it looks like. Okay, cool. But I still didn't like that part of the chair, like where my shirt's hanging on it or like my laundry is on the table and stuff. So what we can actually do is we can lengthen it just a little bit. Okay, it's still there. And then we can shorten the clip a little bit. Okay, still there. Let's shorten the clip because I don't want to lengthen the transition so much that it's cutting out opening the fridge. So I want to just get rid of that table part. There we go. Okay, so let's try this. Zero's coming up. And then boom, now we're at the fridge. There we go. Okay, now triggers opening the fridge. So we're not wasting other people's precious time, you know, like walking over to the fridge, everything else. We cut that out. Okay. All right, cool. Covered down on captions, transitions. Let's see. Overlays. So I just started messing around actually with overlays recently. We can add different types of stickers. We can add different texts in here and I can show you that stuff. And it's all about, you can add like countless things in here. So up here, we can go to stickers and we can like, you know, we can point at things, we can circle things. We can, I don't really love CapCut, like everything that they have to offer on here. I'm not 1,000% a fan. I'm just going to tell you. It's still pretty generic stuff. If you're editing a reel inside Instagram, for instance, I think that their offerings are a bit better, but you know, work with what you got here. Okay. So let's see, like, what do I want to do? Like, let's see what they have for carrots, because that's going to be in the fridge. So the carrots are in the fridge and we have some carrots here. Now, what this is showing is just a preview. Okay. It hasn't actually put the carrot there yet. It's seeing if I want to put it there. Okay. Now it's showing me the plus sign. Do I actually want to put the carrot there? Maybe not. Maybe I want this splitty carrot thing. Okay. Let's do the splitty carrot thing. So I'm going to click this plus sign. How long do I want this splitty carrot thing here for? Well, I want it there for as long as, like, let's say as long as the carrots are there for. Okay. So I am dragging and dropping this right here I want it right there, and then I want it to basically end right there. Just like basically as long as the carrots are appearing. Okay, so oh, carrot's still back here. Okay, there we go. So if I play it, then he's opened the drawer, and there we go. The carrots are there. I mean, it's so dumb. Like, I would never do that in real life in a video, but I just wanted to kind of show you. Now, here's the thing. With these stickers, you have the ability to actually do extra animation to it. Okay, so here's animation. You can do, you can make this sticker bounce in, spring in, zoom in. Now you can make it mini zoom in, but you can make it do it over the whole course of a second. You can also have all these different loops, like make it flip all around. So like, let's just make it flip, or we can make it swing. So I want to make it flip. So dumb, but you can do all kinds of stuff with these stickers. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. Then you can also do tracking. You can have it track. I could have had it track on those carrots, for instance, and just stay right there. Okay. So that is another thing that I wanted to show you. Let's go over filters. So let me go over like a clearer part of the video. Back to my baby Trigger. His Instagram account is at my dog Trigger B, by the way. Trigger BEE. Anyway, I named him Trigger, by the way, because I was trying to figure out what to name him, and I couldn't think of what to name him. So I just started I started sending his picture as a puppy right before I picked him up to different people to see if it triggered any like names. And I'm like, I like that name, Trigger. So that's my dumb story about how I named him Trigger. Okay, so I just love how he looks at me though. Let's do a filter. We can have, now again, this is only previewing these filters, okay? So we can just look at all these different kinds of filters and see. And then actually, I just mute this part because it's so annoying when it like plays the sound when I'm like playing these filters. It'll play the sound over and over and over. So I just usually like mute this part of the video, and I'll just see like what parts do I, like what filters do I like. Sometimes if I can't figure out what filter I like, I'll do this one for a minute and I'll put it in here, and then I'll go over to this part of the video. Let's see, he's still here. So while he's still here, I'll see him versus not him. So I already know I like the Cali Sun versus not Cali Sun, but do I like that better or worse than Palm World? Okay, do I like it better or worse than this guy, this guy, this guy? So I'll sometimes put different filters next to each other and then decide. Now you can also even stack filters. So like, let's say I put these next to each other and then I decide which one do I like better. I like the Cali Sun better. Do I want to stack them? Let's see. So we can see if we like this one plus that one, or the other one, right? Which I know I don't like the other one. So let's just end it there. Let's see. This one or this one plus that one. Nope, just the Cali Sun. Boom. Now you can have this filter just for one part of the video. And that's what I love about CapCut, because when I was doing Instagram Reels, you do a filter and it has to be throughout the entire video. So with CapCut, I can have it right, only for Trigger's precious face. Or I could just have it like through the entire video. So it's kind of nice. Okay. Okay. So let's see. What else am I missing? Look at my little list of what I want to teach y'all. Text. I want to show you how to put in some text. Let's see. Okay, so maybe text right here. I already showed you, you click on the text option when you are gonna do captions, okay? And I had it auto-generate these captions. But if I wanna add my own text, this is where I go, okay? So I'm going to add some default text and I can change it. But what do I want it to say? This is like, so I'm going to call it the fridge opening tool, which is like these mittens. It's a bark box toy. Okay. So fridge opening tool. And I'm going to change the text to this. And then I'm going to have it tracking these. Let's see. Cool. So oops, tracking. Okay. Start. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. So I have to let it do its thing. There we go. So now it's going to track that. Okay. Fridge opening tool, boom. So it like tracked it, it stayed with it. I adjusted the time, the amount of time that I wanted it to do it. And you know what? We can even go ahead and add like pointing. Let's go back and add a sticker and say like pointing. What do I want to see? Let's see. Sometimes I'll click on things just in case they're already animated. Or you can kind of like hover and it'll do something like this guy. All right, I don't need to make it ridiculous. Okay, let's do this guy. So this is pointing up. Maybe I want it pointing this away. Maybe I want the hand smaller. And then maybe I want tracking of the mittens, just like I did with the other or with the fridge. And I'm going to start. Boom. Same with that. Same with the text, right? Okay. So now let's check it. And I'm going to do just a little bit shorter because I want it to start there. There we go. See? Boom. Okay. Look at how happy he is after he opens the fridge. I love it. Okay. What else can I teach you guys? Okay, let's do speed. Let me show you how to speed up and slow down some frames. All right. So this part. Actually, let's do it while he's opening the fridge. He comes up here. He's about to grab it. I'm going to split that right where he's grabbing it. And then he opens. Now that's going to be fun to see in slow-mo, right? So right here, speed, How about we slow this down to halftime? Let's see how that looks. What if we slow it down just a little bit more? Go back up to speed. Slow it down to like maybe 0.3. Okay. And then the part where I am like selecting what to feed him is stupid, right? We don't need to like we don't need to spend much time on that, okay? So what I like to do is we could cut that there and we can make up for our lost time there. So we could go over to the speed here, do like 1.5 time. And so now he slow-mos opening the fridge. And then I'm just like, all right, let's just figure out what to feed you guys. And then I'm making them sit and do whatever. Okay. I always pause it at the best parts. So again, we could do that with 0 real quick. I'm going to split it there. And then, oops, boom. Let's split it right there as well. It didn't split. Hang on. You have to make sure that that clip is selected and then split. And then go up to speed. The need for speed. And then I'm going to do like 0.1x. Let's see what that looks like. All right, too slow. Let's do 3. I think 2x is going to be perfect. All right, 3 is all right. And then you know what? The transition, let's just add a transition right here. What do we want to do? I kind of like that. Let's just do that. Paper ball. So he takes it. All right. Okay. So there you have it. Is there anything else I want to show you guys? Since I can't do sound very well with this, and I'll figure my life out and show you guys how to do a bleep better. Maybe I won't do it like live stream. Maybe I'll do a video for you guys later and post it. But I will show you how I bleep words. I don't always bleep my words, obviously. A lot of times I just post my explicitness, but I will show you guys how I do that because I actually had to look it up and learn it. So here's me like having to go through all this painstaking ridiculousness with Trigger before I finally give him his treat. So ridiculous. And then again, we can either choose to cut this and trim it off, or we can just drag and drop it and then that part's trimmed off. And then, oh, he took it, but maybe I just want it like before he goes away and we're going to be done. So, and I thought I saw a break in the filter. Yeah, there's a break in the filter right there. Let's just drag it all the way through. And then let's just kind of look at our video real quick. And I have it muted just because you can't even hear it anyway. So 0 heard me say, open the fridge. And we're up. There's the tool. Slow-mo opening. Tough man. And then I'm making them be good boys. He's my tough one. He is too wild. He's the old one and he's wild. So All right, guys. Well, I think that this was enough for one CapCut day. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Just the Tip Tuesday. If you are reading this description or even my promotion for this week's Just the Tip Tuesday, I used Gemini AI. It was formerly known as Bard, Google's Bard. And I actually had to use it because ChatGPT was down. So I use AI to, enhance my life, right? I use it to kind of like get my creative juices flowing, like get me a head start on developing captions or copywriting or things like that. But I don't use it solely, I don't I don't have AI post things for me. You can totally tell when somebody uses AI for that, right? Oh, let me stop my screen share so you can see my beautiful face, right? Um, so when I was doing that, I I realized that Gemini and we know that ChatGPT is not real-time updated, but Google AI is, right? So Gemini is not afraid to take chances, apparently. So if you go back and you read my commands and then you read what it gave me, and I think we've all messed around with ChatGPT and told it to say some nasty stuff, and then it's like, "Ugh, I will not. I most certainly will not." Right? Um, I think what I will do next week is an AI training, but I think I'm gonna do it in Gemini because I think I wanna mess around with that some more. I was super impressed with what it gave me. Now, there's no way I would post some of the shit that it gave me, like, it was insane, that I would post it for real coming from me. I posted it just to, like, be hilarious, like, "Look at what Gemini gave me." But the fact that it did that without, like, it definitely it intrigued me. So I'm gonna show you some AI commands. I'm gonna show you how I, use AI, and I think I'm gonna do it on Gemini. So that's what's coming next week's Just the Tip Tuesday.